Hello and welcome back to D&D with High School Students. We are back with the crew here, and we're going to jump right into it. So, as you guys may or may not remember, the last session ended with you finding your little friend Vermont. However, appearing just behind Vermont was a large ogre wielding two large boulders and growling at you. So we're starting this episode off with initiative, everybody. Get rolling.
I feel insecure. I don't think
Yay.
I'm real.
Can I borrow one of your pencils? Like a something pencil?
Find an ogre.
Thank you.
Oh, we love initiative in this household.
Okay, I'm going to ask
I've yet to roll
around the table, Harris, what'd you get?
I got a 19.
19's pretty good. All right, Josh?
16.
16. Ellen?
12.
12. And Kat?
Unnatural 20. My luck is looking
Well,
up. My luck is...
all of you did
Turn
better
out
than
for
the
me.
ogre who got a 5. All right, so
Just a little guy.
so you see this, and when the roar happens, to be clear, it's not like Vermont's oblivious. Vermont shrieks in terror, like,
No.
and falls forward.
No.
So Vermont's falling off the cliff
Oh, not Vermont.
as this round begins. You're up.
How much does Vermont weigh?
Oh, that's a good question. He is like halfling size, so
Like
maybe
40
30 pounds.
pounds.
Yeah.
Never mind, okay.
Very, you describe the creatures as very thin, though.
Oh,
Yes.
so probably 30.
Spindly, I would say. Spindly. Sinewy, perhaps.
So not 10 pounds.
No,
Okay.
not mage handable, if that's what you
Okay.
were thinking.
Yeah.
Two mage hands.
What about two mage hands?
I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
I think 2 mage
right, so
hands
you're
still
up.
disappears when you try to lift a 10.
Okay.
What would you like to do? Oh, I forgot to roll for Sebastian. Oh, that's not bad. 18. Okay, so Lark,
I will.
you see all this happening in real-time slow motion, real-time terror. Little Vermont is tumbling over the cliff,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I'm
Big
trying
Ogre
to...
Man has his 2 boulders ready to whip them down on
Yeah.
y'all.
Can I try and grab Vermont, or am I not like?
How high up is he?
He's 100 feet in the air.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So we have a little time.
No, you don't.
I'll have to look up falling speed, but it
500
ain't
foot
that
around, I
much
believe.
time, man.
But if I didn't catch him
5
my
feet
turn,
around?
one of my other
Correct.
two. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna
So
cast.
you're 100 feet below the
And have
edge
we
of the cliff to where he
concluded that
popped up.
this isn't an ogre that's throwing these rocks?
It looks like an ogre.
But we can just see like.
You guys are not first level noobs, so I'm not going to make you roll. You are familiar with ogres. They live in hilly mountainous areas like this, and it's not uncommon to encounter them this far away from civilization. So yes, you're fairly certain this is a ogre.
Okay, would you say I would have casted Hex on a bug at some point before this?
I guess
event?
you would have said that, but
Okay.
sure, I'll let that fly.
Okay, bonus action, I will crush the bug and move my Hex.
What's the range on your hex?
My 60
Rip.
feet.
So I'll let you retcon that you don't crush your hex bug yet because he's 100 feet above you.
Okay. Well, can I... Wait, hold on. Can I climb up the rock wall?
Yes, make an
Okay.
athletics check.
Sorry that took so long.
It's okay.
7.
You don't get very far.
All right.
You start climbing and you're like, this would be a lot easier with a rope or spikes or anything. A pick, perhaps. Okay, that brings us to Harris.
All right. Florian seeing our good old friend Vermont fallen. He's going to position himself under Vermont, right?
Okay.
And I'm gonna bonus action, Astral Arms. They're out now. I use my action to, I guess, can I use my action to like ready myself for when he's falling to try to catch him?
If that's what you want to do, yes.
I would like to do that.
Okay. Fantastic. Ahkum?
And I
Oh.
should mention my arms are like 10 feet up.
Okay.
So they'll catch him before, like, you know.
before he falls. I'm trying to calculate the distance of a 100-foot fall is a lot of d6s of damage if he splats.
It's 10d6.
Yeah. So, okay. Very well. So, Ahkum, you're up.
Now, we had just climbed up, I believe, correct?
You climbed up to that first stage,
And
right?
then did we walk a little bit to get here? Okay.
And then
I
you
believe I
were
saw my
kind of
climber's
looking
kit
for the
out
route
then.
up when you saw him kind of appearing,
I
peeking over
should
the
have my
cliff.
climber's kit out then.
Yeah.
Does that include like a few spikes and whatnot?
Yeah. Rope, spikes, yep.
Just as a, before I do this, can I get your sense of how you drew this? If I were to have spikes on my feet and then activate my leaning claw with natural weapons, could I climb up the wall?
I would say I
easier?
could give you a normal movement speed with those things in place.
All right.
Instead
I'll
of
take
half
that.
of your movement.
I'll take a normal movement speed. I will do that.
Okay.
And I will rage as a bonus action.
Okay. So you get advantage on the athletics check.
Alrighty. Okay, that'll be a 19.
Yeah. So you climb 30 feet up the cliff
45.
face. Oh, sorry, your normal's 45. So you make it almost halfway up.
As an action, I like to dash to another 45 feet up.
Do you get that? So you bonused to rage,
And I can use the dash action to move another 45 feet.
but you just climbed 45 feet for your movement, and now you want... Okay,
I'm
I see
dash
what you're
acting to
saying.
double my movement.
Got it.
And then I'm 10 feet below Vermont.
Yes.
With
Which
the
means you'll
last...
be able... You can try to catch him as a reaction
Yes.
when he falls.
That's my plan.
Yes. So I'm gonna let you choose something.
Mm-hmm.
You can catch him, but then I'm gonna have you make another regular athletics check because there's disadvantage because you're letting go with one hand to catch
Yes.
him, so you no longer have the advantage with the spikes. Even though you're raged, the disadvantage gets canceled because of your rage advantage. So I'll let you make an athletics check, DC 15, regular check to catch him. If you fail, we're gonna roll a die. 1, 2, 3, you drop him. 4, 5, 6, you catch him, but you start falling. But that's only if you fail.
I am still below.
Yep.
I mess up. Okay. He either falls on me or Vermont falls on me.
So if you make the athletics check,
Yes.
regular athletics check, no problem. You hold on and you catch him. If you fail, we're gonna roll a die to see who's falling.
All right.
I trust Ahkum.
Okay,
Ahkum. You have advantage, you have advantage, you have advantage.
No, I don't.
No, he doesn't.
Cancel
It
his advantage.
cancels.
That will be
Oh,
a
man.
15.
Wow.
9
Okay.
plus 6.
You literally like claws, kind of like sliding down, but you reach out and catch him, and he grabs onto your arm, like all 4 of his arms and his feet just like whoop, like loops onto you.
Sweet.
Oh, that worked. You are good, right? You're not hurt or anything?
You will adjudicate your social interaction after this. Winnie's up before the ogre gets to go.
Range of this
What is it?
rev enfeeblement.
100 feet?
This is
How tall is the cliff again?
100 feet.
100 feet.
From where you guys are up
I don't
to
know
the
if it's in
cliff
the player's
edge is 100
handbook.
feet.
100 feet.
If it's not in the player's handbook.
Riff Enfeeblement is
It is. Oh, it's 60 feet. Never
Oh.
mind. All right.
100.
Huh.
Shame.
Well, you know me. He's got 2 big boulders.
Yeah.
Guiding bolt on one of his hands.
What's the range on guiding bolt?
120 feet.
Ooh.
Wow, attack.
Okay. I like that idea.
Aww. That's a big numero uno.
Okay. The guiding bolts, yeah, I mean, it's pretty far away. It just passed your target.
Yeah, that's fair.
The ogre throws things.
Yeah, he does.
The first boulder that he throws towards you guys wildly misses its mark. no matter what your armor class is. The second boulder that he throws wildly misses his mark. Boulders crash down. The ogre seems even more angry. Now I'm going to just really quickly have you roll something for me.
Yeah.
Roll a stealth check. Not that you were intending to be stealthy, but...
That's not awful. It's 15.
Okay. After throwing the boulders down, the ogre seems so focused on you guys way down below that he doesn't see the Leonin and the small creature right below him, more directly below him on the cliff face. Which brings us to something else.
Something else?
This is when the dragon comes in.
So those of you who didn't climb the cliff face, you hear...
I tried.
You hear movement behind you, like as if someone's coming around the corner of this rocky edge towards you. And you see 3 strange-looking old humans with like white beard, long white hair, big white bushy eyebrows,
I'm
but
just
like
like that.
thin.
No one expects the
And
status
wearing like
position.
shabby, like gray and brown, like peasant clothing. And it's like all 3 of them look exactly the same and they're running towards you. And you see Sebastian turn, and then all 3 of the scary white-haired men lean forward, and you see them do something, and they say, Exoria! They do this like somatic component, and they yell this word. No cap. I rolled a 1.
We just watched some wizards fuck up.
It's bad. That wasn't for the wizard. That was Sebastian's saving throw. Oh, no. So
Someone
what happens is a strange eldritch crackling emits from the 3 figures, this like purple and gold like arc of eldritch power. It's not an eldritch blast. It's something different that I'll let you make Arcana checks afterwards to see if you know. Fires at Sebastian. He's consumed by this bright light. It flashes, blinding anyone within 15 feet, which is all of you. You're going to have to make a dex save.
He'd be above.
Yeah, not you. But the 3 of you are going to have to make a dex save or suffer blindness. DC 15.
I got a 19. I succeed.
Okay.
I got a 22.
Okay. This saving throw brought to you
17.
by Coke Zero. All right, so the 3 of you are like, and like avert your eyes quick enough to not be blinded by this epic flash. You not looking down, because I'm sure you've got like your focus is on like not falling off the cliff and the giant ogre in front of you. There's a crash, like a thunderous sound. And when you're able to turn your vision back, Sebastian is gone. And the 3 wizard-looking, sketchy triplets are now looking at all of you. I have added them into the initiative order. So
They just stole a guy.
this brings us to the top of the order. So Lark, you're up.
Okay, yay.
They are 15 feet away from you, from the 3 of you that are at ground level.
Now I recognize this as a problem. However, I did have a pretty funny plan
I'm sorry.
for this ogre.
Do you have proficiency in Arcana?
No.
Okay, moving on.
Um,
You know it was a spell, obviously.
yeah. Can I jump 10 feet?
Sure. Like in the air, you mean vertical?
Yes.
I don't know. What's your strength and
My
athletics?
strength is +3. My athletics is +3.
No, you do not have a 10-foot vertical. Unless there's something
Now-
I don't know about.
What if... Okay, let me tell you my plan.
Yes.
So, Thunderstep has a 90-foot range. This cliff face is 100 feet tall.
Try to
20
climb,
feet up, I can throw you up,
Try to
maybe.
climb up my tree arms.
Would that be easier than the rock wall?
Movement So if you just move, if you try to climb and succeed at an athletics check, and you make it 15 feet up the rock wall, then cast the spell, that would get you
Okay.
the range you need, right?
Okay.
So just make a athletics check to climb.
Okay.
That would be your movement, and you get half of your
11?
total
11, yes.
rip. You're like, eh. Now you still have your action, but your movement has been wasted trying to climb
I am
All
90
right.
feet up.
a cliff face.
Hypothetically,
Then, well, I'm not done yet.
Lark
I'm gonna.
could Super Mario Yoshi me.
No.
I was gonna say.
I relish her trying that because if she does, you're totally making that athletics check at disadvantage.
But I have advantage because I'm raging.
Then it would be a
The
balanced
rage is
check.
over.
No,
You
it's
haven't,
not.
you haven't been attacked or
I would
damaged.
love
That's in my
to
next turn.
Does it end your next turn?
hex. There's 3 of those weird ass wizards.
Yes, there
I'll
are.
hex one of the weird wizards.
I did that in one turn.
Okay, what is the? Let me just look something up right quick.
30 or 60.
What?
I would say 60, I think.
So, what is your hex roll, or what do I have to succeed on, or
Okay,
what do
so
I?
this is a.
Hex isn't a save, you just get hexed.
Yeah, you just get hexed.
Hmm.
They now have. So they have disadvantage on ability checks of one stat that I get to choose. And I'm gonna consult with my. Should I go?
I'll let you roll
Go
a d20
strength.
for me.
Should I go strength?
First, I kind of want to shove
It's
it.
not
That means
saves
they can't
though.
be grappled.
It's not saves.
I know,
it's,
but a
Intelligence
a check.
they're wizards.
Roll a d20 for me.
Or source.
Intelligence might be good.
And just tell me what the straight roll is.
economy within this party
That's
is
an
in
11.
shambles.
Okay.
No, but if
So
ungrappling-
hex does what now?
I'm gonna
You
try to
place a
push him
curse
off
on a
the
creature
cliff.
that you can see within range. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit it with an attack.
Excellent.
Also, choose one ability when you cast the spell. The target has disadvantage on ability checks made with that chosen ability. If the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn of yours to curse a new creature.
Excellent. Your hex is successful.
Should I go strength or
How
wisdom?
far-
Just,
How far
I'm just
away?
curious. Were you focusing, let's say, left, center, or right? Which one of the three?
Left,
Center.
or
Center. Okay.
Center,
away
and I'm
are these
hexing,
three wizards
uh,
from
It's not
edge of the cliff?
saves.
It's not saved, it's
Intelligence,
Just checks.
intelligence checks
So
would be their
should-
spellcasting
Midway,
ability.
about like the same as you. So
Yeah,
there's
we've
about a
got
5
ours.
foot, it's
Yep.
about 15 feet total
Okay.
depth of the path that you're on.
Okay, but they're not
Choose
like
strength or
within 5 feet.
No.
of the
Dexterity.
cliff.
In-
Alright.
I guess one of them would be.
One of them would be.
Yeah, because they're
You
facing
character
you.
it.
So the one on the
No, I
right
don't know
is
if
close to the
there's
cliff
only
edge, the
level
one in the
3 or
center is in the center, the one on the left
Oh,
is
yeah.
close to the
have
rocky
it.
cliff face that
I
he's
don't have
climbing.
counters.
Wonderful.
You buffoon.
Okay, is that all for you, Lark?
No, I'm hexing them with strength.
Strength.
Yeah, so they have disadvantage on skill checks that have to do with strength.
Excellent. Makes sense.
I think you still have an action?
I tried to climb.
Okay.
That means that Florian is up.
Alright, so there's one that's he's within 5 feet of the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running up to him.
Okay.
I'm going like in an arc so I don't provoke opportunity attacks. So I'm not like walking straight past the
Yes.
first two.
Yeah.
I'm like going.
They're all in an equal line, so
Alright, yeah, I just go straight.
coming towards you.
Go straight to one of them. I'm gonna try to shove him off the cliff.
The shove attack. Go
Which
ahead and make
I
that
believe
athletics check.
It's a contested athletics check.
It is.
But I get to use my wisdom. I have proficiency athletics, so that would be a 17.
18. I win.
I do it again.
Okay.
Natural 20.
You win.
Okay. I shove him 5 feet.
So the shove is intended to either knock someone prone or push them a distance.
Yeah.
Your shove is pushing him over the cliff that you guys just climbed up to get to this mid-level.
Correct.
And he's like, ah! All right.
Bonus action.
Boy, you have too many actions.
He's a monk.
Monk action economy is
I
ridiculous.
turned to the one next to me and said, where'd Sebastian go, man? And I'm gonna punch him twice. Those aren't good. That's a 12 and an 8.
They're
Miss, miss.
They're wizards, though. It's average wizard AC.
Did I see a 1?
You won't believe
me?
this, but I've seen wizard ACs with AC of 13.
Okay.
Can you believe that?
Florian, you rousingly succeed in achieving some things. And then Ahkum, it's your turn.
Wonderful. I'm going to speak with Vermont for a moment. I'm gonna
You realize that you're 10 feet below an ogre, holding on for dear life.
whispering. I'm gonna put my other arm back on the wall, and then go like kind of gesture for Vermont to get into my mane. Come on, get in here. Here.
He doesn't let go of your arm. He's terrified.
That might be an issue. All right, I'm gonna climb back. I'm gonna climb the 10 feet up.
Okay.
I'm still raging
And engaging the ogre.
I'm engaging the ogre. I want to attempt. So it's right at the wall, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make 2 shove attacks.
So you're going to have to climb. Just make the athletics check.
To climb with
Yep.
advantage.
With advantage, yeah, because Vermont's basically a backpack on your arm at this point.
16.
Yep. So you climb up. Now you're on the ledge with the ogre.
Yes.
When you say you're shoving him, you would have to go around him to shove him off. You understand that? So
You wanna try to- you wanna
I'll
try
let
to-
you do that, but I get an attack of opportunity.
I'm gonna try to pull him and use him as like a cushion.
Hey, you
Can
have
I
a
do an
grave cleric.
Opposite of a shove attack and a pull attack.
Uh-huh.
Wonderful.
It's a contested strength.
Great. Strength athletics.
Athletics,
We're
sorry.
full of dumb
It's a
ideas
contested
here.
athletics.
That's a nat
check.
20. Plus 6.
All right, hold on.
26.
Woodland
I need to know the total
tactics.
because ogres are not small.
26.
Okay,
Woodland combat tactics.
you pull him. You pull him. You succeed. I'm going to give him a check though, because you've pulled him by his legs to pull him off. Okay, so he's off balance. You won that check. He's going to get a dex save to see if he can grab the cliff, the ledge of it.
And that was one attack?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. So you
fine.
pull him down. Now you're holding onto his legs. He's fallen halfway off the cliff, but grabbed the edge of the cliff, and he's holding on. So you're basically hanging on his leg. He's hanging on to the edge of the cliff.
And I still have more movement.
Yep.
I'm going to use my claws and my spikes to climb the ogre's back.
Okay.
like-
Right on.
Athletics?
Yep.
It's like climbing a tire.
Oh, that's an awful way to put it. That's a 13.
Okay. Give me claw damage.
Claw damage is a d4 plus strength.
So
for both?
roll a d4. Yeah. So do your claw damage for both.
Okay. Okay. So that's 4. It's 12 slashing.
Like and you just you're clawing into his flesh. You vault over, and so he's still holding on with these gashes from where you basically raked up his
Second
back,
attack.
Cut his hands off.
and you are now on
God
the
damn!
level.
Great axe.
There you go.
Or I only be able to use my claws.
You would have to get Vermont off of you
Okay.
to be able to get to your great axe.
Got it. Claws then. I'm getting rid of one hand and I'm going to dig in underneath it and try to flip the hand up and off.
Ooh. Okay. Make another athletics check. We'll do a contested athletics check. So
Man, I
has
love rolling dice.
He rolled pretty well. He has a +4 for strength.
Come on, big man. Come on. Don't say.
25.
22. You win. Now I'm going to do a disadvantage because he's a large bulk. Trying to hold on with only one hand, is it going to be a dex save at disadvantage? Oh, a 6 and a 19. So the 6 is what he has to take, which is not enough. He begins slipping, and he's now sliding off the edge and will be falling off the cliff. This brings us to
Damage is the best type of
Winny.
damage.
Yeah.
You see a large ogre about to fall off a cliff
Good for him.
towards you guys.
That's good. That's great.
Also too old.
I'm just gonna
cat.
get out from underneath him. So there's 2 odd old men.
You hear the one wizard that he pushed off the cliff still like, ah.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, because that just happened. Remember,
That's
this is
great
in
for
like,
him.
you know,
I need wisdom saves from both of them. I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead, which is AOE.
Is it? I thought I was saying it's not.
Huh? No, it's within like a 5-foot range, but they're like next to each other. So.
unless the DC is higher than 20, they both make.
Wizards, I forgot. That's my bad. That's my bad.
I rolled really well.
Can I still use my bonus action to cast a spell? Because that was a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
Can I put Hex on one of them?
Yes, left or center.
The center one. I don't trust
We
them.
love Fey Touched.
Okay, the center one is double hexed.
Oh, that's the
What,
one that Cat Hex? No, then I do the left one.
Okay. What attribute or ability are you hexing?
Strength.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use my full movement, right?
Yeah.
To run up to one of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna headbutt him. Try
Okay.
to knock him off the cliff.
Make the attack
Use
roll.
your action. Use your action.
Oh no, I forget that isn't.
Oh yeah, sorry, you did.
My bad. My bad.
Okay, very good.
I will think about doing that for my next turn then.
Okay.
Would a falling ogre count as an improvised weapon?
That is a brilliant question. I don't feel that the falling ogre would be in your control
All right.
as an improvised weapon. It will, if it lands on anyone though, it will do damage
Okay.
because inertia. So the
Wheel of
ogre's
inertia.
falling. The two wizards cast a spell. Do you have Arcana? Do you have
No,
Arcana?
I'm dumb.
Huh?
Go to me.
Arcana. I'm the smartest party member with a +1. Does this let me qualify?
I'll let you make an Arcana check. This is a spell that you might not recognize.
Forest fools.
16.
Okay. The wizards teleport. They are gone.
Losers. Cowards even.
Is the one that over the cliff gone as well?
Do you look?
I look.
You don't see any splatter.
That's cheating.
The Three Musketeers. We'll find them.
We'll find them. This is no one expects us.
The next round begins with Lark. Lark, there's a shadow suddenly. You're like, there's a shadow, and you look up, and there's a large ogre falling towards you guys. Would you like to move?
Yes,
no
I think
balls.
so.
Gauging its size, you move an appropriate, 15 feet out of the way, minimum, to avoid being, crushed. But what would you like to do with the rest of your round? Oh, by the way, you don't see Ahkum. He's not hanging onto the cliff anymore.
Is the ogre dead?
No. Based on the screaming that it's making.
Do I expect
And it's, by
it?
the way, it's not giving up. It's still trying to reach at and claw at the cliff to grab itself. But it's coming.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
This is what happens to those who wrong Vermont.
What happens to those who
That's
dare mess with our boy.
18 and a 13, but I forget if I have a modifier on that.
It's
if you have
charisma.
wisdom, you certainly do.
What's your charisma modifier?
Okay, 21
Yeah,
plus
you-
6.
and a
you're-
16.
You're definitely hitting it. Go ahead. Damage
Alright.
for both.
It'd be a +6 catch.
Blasting
You add your proficiency.
the falling
Okay, even more
ogre.
than that then. That's 10, yeah.
Wheel of spellcasters.
Okay,
definitely a
that's
spellcaster.
We're all technical
Of course you are.
spellcasters.
You have so many spells.
Spellcasters.
13
You have
Eldritch
so many
Blast
spells,
damage.
Josh.
Okay. Ouch and ouch.
Okay.
Florian, you also see this and hear the falling ogre. And you see
Well-
Lark move out of the way.
I don't believe I have any way of ranged combat. So there's just an ogre fallen, right?
Yeah. And it's, like I said, grasping at the wall, trying to catch itself.
Do I see Ahkum?
No.
Why are my friends disappearing? I'm gonna walk near where the ogre's gonna fall, but not directly next to it. And I'm gonna ready a attack with my stick
Okay.
for when it falls.
Excellent. Ahkum.
I'm not under it.
Vermont is still like holding on
Yeah.
to my arm.
He's now, I mean, he's migrated up to like your shoulder and your arm, but basically he's wrapped
Do I
around
have 2
you,
free hands now, though?
like terrified. Yes.
Can I grab my great axe?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk back over to the edge, position myself near the ogre's other arm, and give 2 good cuts at the fingers / wrist.
Oh no,
of the
he
creature.
fell.
He's falling.
Oh,
He
he's
is
actively
now,
falling.
We are,
Oh,
we are
yeah.
now in falling time. So he's about 20 feet down. And I
Jump
will,
off.
at the end of this round, I'll give him a chance to make another dex save with a disadvantage to see if he can grab onto the cliff wall.
Now,
But
I have a very awful idea.
Yes.
And I love bad ideas, so I'm gonna do it.
I feel like I know where this idea is
I'm
going.
gonna take a little bit of a few feet back. We'll say 10 feet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump off with my great axe.
Uh-huh.
I want to try to swing it over my head and under me, so I can hook into, hopefully, the ogre's mouth, and throw it away from the wall as I throw myself towards it.
So that's 2 things. It's an attack roll that will need to succeed, but then it's an athletics check that you're going to need to make. If you fail, you're falling too. Okay, fair enough. Make the attack roll.
Awesome. Can I make 2 attacks as part of that?
No.
All right.
I think you're helicoptering through the air with your great axe. This is a fairly coordinated stunt.
Okay.
What are you doing?
He
Reckless
just
attack.
jumped off the cliff and is trying to superhero
Oh,
the
there he
ogre.
is.
Nat 20.
Okay.
I'm so good.
So, automatically, your maximum damage with the great axe is 3d4 plus your strength bonus, which
Which
is what?
is
4?
3, 4 plus 2. That's
Your strength is what?
My strength is a +2. I'm a con-based barbarian. I'm healthy.
Healthy guy.
Okay, so
15
So
strength.
14 plus 2
It's 16
sorry,
plus
is 16. So with
plus
your
2
rage
is 18
damage,
with rage.
because your rage is 2.
Yes.
Okay, so it's 12 plus your strength bonus is 14.
14, 16.
Plus, yeah, so 16 damage. Now roll the additional 3d4 and add in those modifiers because you rolled a nat 20.
3d4, my beloved.
I love 3d4s.
This thing might be dead before it hits the ground.
We love the 4 idiots in the woods.
12.
So 28 damage. On top of the 13 from the Eldritch Blast. It's not doing well. Now the second part of that is that athletics check, which
Yes.
you get to make it, with advantage.
2 5s. That'll be a 11.
Nope, you're falling. Your axe is embedded in this thing, and you're falling with him now. Next round.
Hey, wait, if it's embedded in it,
Yeah.
can I make a claw attack? Because I'm still on. I'm
Okay.
within 5 of the creature.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll give it to you.
Thank you,
Since
Mr.
you're
Allen.
taking a lot of damage falling.
We love playing DnD.
That is a 19 to hit, which
Yeah.
hits.
Yeah.
Another D4 plus strength plus rage, which is max damage. That will be 8 slashing.
Good lord.
Follow
Okay.
without a cause.
40, let's see,
Baller of a
36,
college?
Ball
49 damage.
Follow without a
plus-
cause.
There's
see.
a cause. His name is Vermont.
Okay. Vermont is screeching in the Vermont screech in terror as you are both now falling with the ogre. It's all fine. Winny,
Florian's just-
you're up.
Everything is fine.
You see this
Are they-
calamity falling towards you now.
How far away are they from me at this point? Is this
They're like 80 feet up still.
80 feet? Okay, I'm gonna wait till they're within 30 feet of me. And I'm gonna cast Aid on Vermont and Ahkum at 3rd level to give them 10 temp HP before they hit the ground.
Smart.
That'll be my whole turn.
Okay.
Yeah. Please don't die, you stupid idiot.
Ogre does, a 13 and a 20. Actually, hold on.
Ooh.
He has to take the 13, which is the lower of the 2
Let's go.
disadvantage.
Look at this guy. Disadvantage.
So bad.
Ogre's dex have -1, so no, that does not succeed. The ogre's clawing at the rock wall, his his giant fingernail claws ripping off as he's trying to desperately not die, but fails.
Sucks to be in.
Lark, you see just a twisted mountain of bodies falling towards you all now. You have moved sufficiently far away, but they are falling quickly. So now they are at 60 feet. If you do an Eldritch Blast and you miss, you are totally going to hit either Ahkum or Vermont.
Don't do this.
You can't
Don't
risk
do it.
You can't risk it.
Is there any way you can give Vermont more temp? No, you can't because temp doesn't
can't.
I
stack.
can't. No.
What a buffoon.
I will.
Look at this guy.
Look at us, no featherfall.
Our featherfall just got
watch this.
disintegrated.
I'm gonna take a few more
no,
steps back and just sit
I
down.
am a feather
Okay.
fall.
Now,
Waiting-
when you say a few
waiting
more
for-
steps, like 5 steps back, you're still in the splatter zone, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But like 15, 20 feet
No,
back,
5
you're
steps
good.
back.
Okay, all right,
We're just standing there, like, just like a very, like, just.
fair enough. On a whole, just as an FYI, you personally don't like ogres. And there's a reason for that, on a whole, as a person of your background.
Okay.
Can't
Your
believe you have a
people.
racist in the party. Come on. Can't believe this.
Now, this brings us to Florian.
Florian looks up like this.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Just shrieking ogre and also shrieking terrified Vermont. Two very different vocal ranges, if you will. Ogre deep in the bass baritone range.
The ogre.
Vermont nearly hitting a soprano screech of terror.
Holy soprano.
So the ogre is 60 feet up.
They're both, all of them are 60 feet up.
Okay.
Because, you see Ahkum basically like with his axe embedded in the ogre, clawing at the ogre, also falling rapidly.
All right.
Just as a question, these spirit arms that you have,
Yeah. Like
could they catch, I don't know, 500 pounds worth of weight?
yes. If we consider the rules for carrying capacity, push, pull, drag, which is about times 30, I think, off your base strength.
It's 15.
15 is your carrying capacity.
That's
push,
right.
pull, drag
Push, pull,
is
drag
plus
is
times 30.
Times 30.
And
If you're a large creature, that's double.
considering I'd use my wisdom in place of strength or anything when I have these arms out. So considering I have 16 wisdom, 16 times 30, I'm bad at math.
That's pretty close.
30 times what, 6? That's, I don't,
The calculator.
300.
480.
Is it 480?
40.
That sounds right.
Close.
Okay. So, they're falling towards you. Are you maintaining your prepared position to catch whatever this?
Is there any climbing gear around me?
Well, there was.
And it's on Ahkum now, right?
Yeah, it's unoccupied. Yeah.
I'll knock him.
I said on Ahkum.
Well,
unoccupied.
he took the spikes. He didn't take the ropes or the grappling hook or the pitons or the hammer.
Alright,
That's
I don't-
all. That's all part of a
Eight
climbing
pixel
kit.
I don't think those will help me. How far do you think I can get up this cliff? Is this like just a sheer face, or is it like?
Pretty-
is it like
no,
a,
I mean
like a gradual?
there's rocks you can climb. You can free climb. I mean,
gonna-
it's not like a straight like perfect wall. You could free climb it.
I'm gonna try to do a bit of a mountain goat rock hopping kind of thing. To try
Okay.
to get up there,
So
like a bounce, bounce, bounce.
okay, so go ahead and make your athletics check.
Can it be acrobatics?
No.
Okay. That's fine. 'Cause it's
If
a
this
strength
were
check.
ledges with gaps in between them, I would say totally
No, it's fine.
acrobatics.
It's the exact same as acrobatics because it's using strength, which means I can use wisdom.
Man, monks are kind of good.
This one, that's a 10.
Monks are.
You do not make it far.
So
You get up about 5 feet, and at that point you're kind of like scrambling, and you just can't find a real great handhold.
okay, if I use a bonus action and dash,
Try again.
okay, that's slightly better. 15.
Okay. What is half of your total regular movement?
Half of my total regular movement, rounding down or rounding up.
Down.
Down, 20.
You make it up 20 feet.
All right. Action. My actual action. I'll just ready my stick again.
No.
No. All right. ready my fists.
Okay, your hands are occupied carrying you along with your feet, climbing right
I'll
now.
use my magic hands.
Okay, so your magic hands are not going to catch them, or are they?
He's fine.
Important
He's a
decision.
barbarian.
Okay,
I'm a
need to
barbarian.
know.
He'll cope.
Very good. Okay, so Ahkum,
Yeah.
you're falling.
I have 10 temp
The ogre's still
HP.
alive. The ogre is not even trying to attack you. The ogre is just desperately flailing at trying to grab the rock wall.
Well, we can't have that.
To be clear, your great axe is still embedded in
In
the
its
ogre,
head.
and you are riding the ogre down, but not like perfectly. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you're
Like,
Right.
kind of like diagonal, like legs in the air.
yeah. I mean, you're falling. You're tumbling down.
How close am I to the ogre?
You're
Like right
touching
with it?
the ogre.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the ogre as some leverage and jump to the rock wall, claws and spikes on. I'm trying to grab on. I'm not trying to like stop myself. I'm trying to slide down to reduce my speed.
Okay. Ooh. All right. Acrobatics check first, and then the athletics check.
Acrobatics?
Yeah, this is the definition of acrobatics.
That's a lot better than I hoped. That's gonna be a 19.
You make it. I mean, you're abandoning your great axe in its flesh, but you kind of like get your bearings in equilibrium, almost like a cat, as you're spinning and tumbling down, and you propel yourself off and like launch yourself up, and get just enough momentum to make it to the rock wall. Now make your athletics check.
That I'm better at. That's a 24.
Easily. The momentum that you get as you're jumping up allows you to grab on with your claws and your feet, the foot claws, the climbing claws, and you actually, I mean, you briefly kind of skid and you're like, but like you get a grip and you stop. The ogre, however, is continuing to fall at a rapid pace because science and acceleration. All right, this brings us to Winny.
I'm gonna watch the wonders of gravity.
You moved, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
Next round. The ogre is passing you.
Means I get my attack.
Oh, sure. You get an opportunity attack. You see the axe still sticking in the ogre.
It's
as
falling.
like,
You hit it. It just starts falling, but really fast and sideways.
So I get 2 attacks here, right?
do you?
No,
It's not an opportunity attack. I use my action to prepare an attack.
Yeah.
An attack action.
Okay.
And the attack action means extra attacks. So I have
As
2
long
attacks
as that makes sense in terms of you not falling off the mountain.
Yeah, astral arms.
I got it. Go ahead.
Because I appreciate decent woodland craftsmanship. One of these attacks, if you would allow it, I'm going to try to grab the axe out of its head.
Okay. I will let you make that for free as one of those attacks.
Okay, yeah. So one of the attacks gets
So
replaced.
an arm grabs the axe as it suctions out of the ogre's body. Now
Yep.
make your other attacks.
Both. Do I get 2 other attacks or just the one?
What's your total?
2 total.
Yes, you get 2.
That's a 12 and a 21.
Hit and hit.
Oh, wonderful. That will be. This is +6, so 11 force damage.
The ogre stops making noises and is now unconscious for the last 20 feet of its fall before it
died peacefully.
catastrophically splats onto the ground.
At least he died peacefully.
I rolled a 20 for the amount of splatter.
On percentile or a d20?
I love getting to draw my characters just fully covered in
So
blood.
everyone within
Opens new
15
canvas.
feet is covered in ogre blood and guts.
I'm 20 feet up. I'm out of the range.
I'm
Yeah,
out of
you're
range.
fine. You're out of range. You're out of range. But Lark, you are covered in gore and other gross things that come out of bodies when they hit from a falling distance. You just, it's everywhere.
Exactly as the prophecy foretold.
And the ogre's thunderous landing, like makes a sickening echo, like the.
I can imagine
Like
exactly
imagine
what it sounds like.
a bucket of water like echoing, because that's the amount. So you are on the cliff, climbing down.
Yep.
I'm assuming. Okay.
Ahkum.
As long as you're doing that at a normal, reasonable pace, and you still have the benefit of your athletics advantage, you and Vermont are able to safely make it down. I'm assuming Florian's also.
Florian's just jumping off and reaction reducing 25 damage.
So you also kind of ninja land in the muck, and the guts are everywhere and just ogre parts. Winnie, what are you doing at this point?
So what's the plan now?
What?
We're getting Vermont.
Ahkum, Sebastian isn't up there, right?
No. Where?
I think a wizard ate him.
Three old men.
Ate
came,
him.
Three old men came here,
Pretty much.
pointed at him, and he's gone.
I'm under the
Have I seen
impression
anything like
that
that before?
he got zapped.
Have you seen 3 elderly-looking humans point at someone and they just disappear before?
No, and I'm not going to let you make an Arcana check because you didn't actually see the spell being cast. Those who did see the spell being cast could make an Arcana check, but if you
Okay.
weren't
-1.
witnessing it / hearing it, because
Got him.
remember there is a verbal
5.
component as well.
19.
15.
19? 15 is not good enough. 19's good enough. You seem to remember what triggers in your memory the recollection of hearing about this. You've never seen it cast, but heard about such things, is that there's a powerful spell, and it's the verbal part that you heard the wizards cast when they said Exoria, and it occurs to you that spell is something about banishing.
So he's either dead or banished somewhere,
that ain't good.
or they ate him. Those are the 3 options.
I don't think they ate him.
They might have.
I mean, I was looking at them. They looked pretty thin.
It didn't.
I tried shoving one off the cliff.
You're very good
Lark,
at it.
I'm going to let you, because of your
They
background,
teleported away.
I'm going to let me make a
Yeah.
history check.
Okay.
Are you?
This is something that you might
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
All right.
possibly know of.
That's a nat 20.
Oh,
Ah,
okay. So, in this area, as I said before, your people know of ogres. They are a nuisance. There are seasons where, like, ogre populations are, like, large, and they tend to spill over and sometimes become problematic for settlements and for travelers. You are pretty certain that a rule of thumb amongst your people is that where there's one ogre, there are usually more. They very rarely, in these parts, live in solitude.
Well, we should get out of here. There's likely to be a
I-
few more.
Are you okay? Like, do you need a napkin or something?
It's like any loose bits just
Yes,
on.
all over her.
Just gonna
I
pick
want
her
you to
off.
imagine somebody dumping a barrel of guts.
Please come.
A barrel of guts is all over
It's
Lark.
like marinara sauce.
At
feeding
this
a
point,
bit
when you
to
get down to the
Vermont.
ground level, and there's no more threat, and there's obviously no ogre, Vermont kind of like loosens his grips from you, and like kind of like scoots down and climbs down, and he's kind of on the ground next to you, and he's like, and he looks over to the ogre guts, and he reaches out and picks out some of the intestine, and he smells it, and then he's like, and he starts eating intestine.
I mean,
That's fine.
it's like
He knows what he's doing.
I'm gonna
I
grab
mean,
some
free
of the
ration-
smaller bits
free
as well.
rations.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. What
Last time I
kind
tried to hunt, I got
reasonably
ran
carry
down. So
in a-
I mean, there's body parts you could carry, like limbs.
We shouldn't dwell for much longer. I'd say pick what you want really fast and let's get out of here.
all right, I'm gonna grab. Is the head intact?
Sure.
Is its eye intact?
We got
Yes.
the yellow. We got the.
I'll grab the eye as a trophy. Have I been collecting trophies? I don't remember that.
We got the cliff flowers, right? The
Yeah, I gave them to you. I remember pulling them out of the
I'm
cave
just gonna
with
grab-
the weird thorny
Vermont
thing.
eats the intestines and then he
How
looks
many did we get
around.
again?
Which intestine does he eat?
He seems to be like looking around in almost a paranoid fashion, and he looks up, and then he looks both ways, and then he looks back at you, and then he looks up, and he skitters over to the edge of the ledge that you guys are on to look down below it, and then he looks back at you. He seems to be like a little bit nervous.
Ahkum,
I'm gonna
what's
grab
that?
10 pounds of ogre and then go back over to Vermont and kind of try to coax him onto my arm again.
Make an animal handling check.
Ahkum, was there a cave up there?
I didn't really look around when I was up there. Was there anything I saw that would have been obvious?
There was a, well, yes. So there was a cave.
It's a 13 for animal.
There was also another series of kind of winding ledge-like paths that go even further up. When you ask that, though, when you actually lean over and ask Ahkum, was there a cave up there? You notice that like Vermont almost kind of like whip pans over to Florian, and there's a fearful look, and Vermont like crawls up to your arm, and he's like,
13?
He's trying to he looks at you and he's trying to like get your attention, like he's like a little kid pulling on your arm,
What, huh?
and he looks and he says, "Jersey will up. Jersey will up. No more keep."
Don't you have like spells or something?
Up,
Comprehend?
go
What
up,
do
like
Light.
move up or move down.
His eyes are just darting back and forth. Like he looks at you, he looks at Florian, he looks at everyone else, then he looks up, and then he says,
Did we need to go up this mountain, or are we trying to go up a different mountain? We already got the ingredient on
We
this
did,
mountain,
yeah.
right?
This isn't a language. This is just what he's saying.
it's a language, but you
Spectre.
never heard him speak like anything more than growling and
become
yipping
sentient.
sounds. It sounds like he's trying to speak to you.
Well,
Did I get a general sense of what language it might be?
What languages do you speak?
Sylvan, Leonin, Common.
Nope.
I cast tongues.
He's Fey, right?
Spellcasters.
He's Fey, right?
And what does tongues do, Ellen?
I understand any spoken language.
Can you speak it back to them?
I can. Everyone understands what I say.
So I
it-
thought the comprehend languages allowed you to understand the languages, and
I
tongues
cast
lets you speak
tongues
them.
is
Tongues
better.
is a third level spell.
Tongues is a third level
tongues
spell.
Tongues lets you
Mr.
understand every
Allen.
language you're hearing,
Tongues-
and everyone can understand you.
Tongues is like
If I
Comprehend
speak
language
any
plus plus.
language,
This is
anyone
why I
understands.
hate spellcasters. All right.
Hi, I'm the spellcaster.
So you hear this sound, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are hearing him, and he's desperately trying to get your attention. He's like, "There's a overlap." When you cast it, you hear him say, "Powerful wizard," and then he says, "Need no more keep," and you hear him say, "Mountain peak," and then he says, "Pa, pa, pa,"
Well,
and you hear him say, "Up, up, up."
he's saying that there is a powerful wizard on the mountain peak, and he wants us to go up.
do we follow the whims
Can
of
you
Vermont?
ask him?
Or
Is it safe?
I'm going to
up?
make a roll for Vermont to see if his small brain can figure out that you actually understand him. Wow. So Vermont seems to grasp that like Winny is translating, and he's like, and he says the phrase again.
Yeah, is it safe to go up there?
And he like falls back over the guts in shock that you're able to speak to him.
For an hour, hopefully. I think it's an hour. Or it's 10, not sure. I'm checking.
10 minutes or an hour. It might only be a minute, though.
No, it's not a minute.
No, you don't think so?
No way,
we
no
should-
way. it's not
When
a
you
minute.
when you say through the magic of tongues, is it safe to go
Yeah.
up there to him? He falls back over the guts and backs away from you, shocked that you can understand him.
do we hear?
And then he speaks to Winny,
It's an hour.
and you guys hear this, and he's like, but to you, he says, "No, don't go up there.
We will all die.
Oh, we're not supposed to go up there. We will all
Powerful
die.
wizard, mountain peak.
That's probably what happened to
that's probably-
Sebastian.
Oh, yeah. That's
Where's the?
Huh?
Should we just go back down and have a break?
maybe.
We still need to do the flowers and whatnot,
Yeah,
right?
what else do we need
have
to
like
get?
There's
somewhere.
fungus in a cave that you're supposed to gather for Votano.
I mean,
There could be, if somebody wants to make a nature check, there could be this fungus found in caves nearby. But you will have to actually succeed on a nature check.
All right, let's
A
see.
nature check.
nature, you say?
10.
Nope.
15.
Hey.
I give myself some. That's
love
gonna be
my
an
spellcast
18.
Barbarian.
So, 18.
Wait, that's gonna be a dirty 20.
Those of you with higher than a 15 feel like you could maybe find this fungus in caves that are on the level you're currently on. But you know that they don't grow lower because they don't grow at a lower altitude. So it's either continue exploring along this level or going up higher to find the appropriate kind of cave and climate that has this specific fungus.
Well, I see two things we can do here. We have a lot of flowers on us already. So we can either go back to Votano and be done with this, or we can try to find all of them.
Well,
Find some flowers.
How
might I say?
much longer do we have until those flowers wilt?
Well, we got.
Make a nature check
we
for
got
that?
It was a
Survival.
72-hour thing, and you found them
72
yesterday.
hours, we found them
I
yesterday.
cast gentle
it-
repose on all of them.
That's right.
Oh, smarty
That funny
spellcaster.
little.
That's right.
funny little.
So we have time then, right?
Keeping the plants alive. Yeah.
Of course I am.
Yep. Your magic buys you time.
And what other plants do we have that might be somewhere other than this?
There are. I have to
'Cause I
look at
think
my
you
notes. They're like
mentioned-
a fair amount. There are like 4 more things that
In
are
this-
in this area.
In this area.
Yes.
Well, like I said, there should be more ogres coming, so I'd say it might be best to get out of here.
I mean,
Maybe we wanna
Ahkum.
come back later. Can you keep keeping the flowers?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Keep doing
Ahkum.
that.
Yeah.
I will give him his great axe.
Yes.
You feel triumphant as you hold your mighty axe again in your hands. You notice that now that he seems to understand that you're capable of translating for him, Vermont still kind of looks a little tentative, and he's like, "Not going up."
No, we're gonna go down. We're going down, right, everybody?
We're going.
All right,
we're
we should
going
go down
We're
for
gonna
a
go
bit.
down.
He's
yeah.
like, "That's down, too bright here," and he climbs up onto the back and does two arms around the neck and 2 arms like under the shoulders,
Me?
and basically backpacks on Ahkum.
So,
And,
He just
and-
sees me.
And you see he closes his eyelids, and he just kind of buries his head.
Would you look at that? All right.
I mean,
This is very nice. This is very
I feel
nice.
like we can either go up and down. I'm having a great time. I'm having fun.
I'm surprisingly not that hurt.
I say if
Lark.
there's more
But
ogres.
we did
don't-
just watch Sebastian. You guys watched Sebastian disappear.
Let's
Well,
start
And there might
heading
be
down.
more
Let's
ogres.
just start
Let's head
heading
down for a little
Hey,
bit.
hey, Lark, do you need to find like a river or something?
I've been, yes, something might be good. Preferably not a ghost river, though.
You guys remember
If you
if
did
you climb
pass.
down and go back towards the woods, there were quite a few streams. You might even, if you keep moving up north, find like an actual freshwater like waterfall, like snowmelt that you've seen before, kind of. So if you feel like if you travel a little bit further north, you might be able to find something like that.
I say we go a little bit north, try to find something, better water, so I don't have to, spend time making water. That's kind of
You
annoying.
can make water.
Well, I find water and then I clean it.
You can't
What?
just make water?
No. Can you?
Yeah. I can do a lot of things off. I don't know how I do them, but
Okay,
you want to know
so
how to make water?
is it the climbing down?
Yes.
We're coming down and then we're heading north.
Using the climbing kit.
Yep.
You guys take your time, you set everything, and no rolls. You just take some time to carefully climb back down. You can use your spectral arms to wiggle the rope and unhook the grappling hook so you're not leaving it there.
I'm
As you
also-
guys,
I'm also at any given opportunity jumping off earlier than I need to.
just to show off.
Yeah.
Do you land like a superhero too?
No, I just like.
And then do a hair
I
flip.
I gently float down like a princess. Yeah, like that.
Fine. Your hooves feel a little sore, but you make it. You guys get down to the
Lark just covered in blood. Wait, let me see.
Should it be
you have to
green?
drape some like intestines.
Can I see this?
Oh shit!
like-
yeah.
Yeah.
You need to,
So
it needs
it's-
to be chunkier.
Yeah.
Chunk.
So you're
Yeah, the book gotta be
you're,
chunky.
by the time you make it down from the climb, like the the mixture of gore that's covering Lark is a little bit stinky now in the sun because it's like
crunchy.
or not even two, like all this transpired in a matter of minutes, right? So like you guys, it's still like mid-afternoon.
Lark is stiff. It's like
Do you head east back into the woods, or do you stay in the valley between the woods and the mountains and go north and try to find like a waterfall?
I think
I
we're
like
going
this
north.
valley idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's better because we have more visibility. We'll see more things coming towards us. Also, Ghost was in the woods.
Okay.
That's out of character.
Yeah, we should, that way.
Okay. You continue. Just make me a survival check, like basic DC 10.
10.
Okay. So after you kind of orient yourself, you're like, all right, I think if we go this way north, you kind of start winding through the valley. It's a little hilly, occasionally up and over a rise. You find a nice, after about a half-hour walk, you find like a nice waterfall kind of coming down. Not huge, like I'm talking like creek, but big enough to like shower under effectively. Cold, fresh snowmelt water, like pure drinkable water, or showerable water if that's your plan. So you guys come across this spot, and it trickles down and kind of goes into a little ravine that kind of cuts down into the valley.
I think
I'm going to take the piece of soap that I looted off of the zombie
Yes.
a while ago. I don't know
Yes.
how old this soap is or if it even still works, but I'm going to hand it to Lark.
You might need this.
Thank you.
And then Ahkum's going to grab something to drink and kind of clean himself off.
Okay.
Florian's gonna do like the meditation thing where he goes under the waterfall and just like sits under there for a while.
It's cool and refreshing actually, because it was kind of hot out in the sun and up on the cliff. You meditate, controlling your body's natural reaction to the nearly freezing cold water.
Periodically, he sticks his head up and goes,
Yeah, get a fresh drink. Yep,
Yeah.
you're feeling great. Lark, do you clean yourself up? Yep, some brain and stuff comes out of your hair.
Yeah.
Yep, some bone fragments. Yep.
"Would this
So
count
you,
as a short rest?"
if you guys would like to take a short rest,
love
I
to
could
take a
I could
short rest.
initiate that. But here's what happens: as you guys are kind of cleaning up, and I'm gonna say like you're there for 10 minutes. Everybody gets cleaned up. You're thinking about like talking about should we take a short rest? You're like, yeah, I could take a short rest. And you hear hooves like horses racing from just over a hill to the north of you, but it sounds like the sound's coming towards you guys, and it's not like one or two. It sounds like a lot.
Is there a nearby tree?
I'll say that there's like a lone little tree. You're not in the woods, you're in the valley,
Okay,
so
yeah.
it's kind of sparse, but yes, there's a tree.
I climb up. I'm gonna try to climb up it.
You run and climb up it, okay?
Okay, awesome. I'm just gonna.
What do
look,
you do?
Just looking at him.
Looking towards it, seeing
Okay.
just if I can get a first glance.
All right, about 150 feet away is where this hill crests. So you guys are kind of down by where the waterfall trickles into a little
I'm
ravine.
reaching for my great axe.
Okay.
I'm not going to
Ready?
draw it. I'm just going to be ready to grab it if I
Okay.
need to.
How thick is this tree's canopy?
This is not a big tree or a dense tree, so
Okay, yeah.
you could climb up it and have like I would say partial cover.
Can I try to roll a stealth check?
You can
Okay.
to blend yourself in amongst the tree.
Florian's generally has a very earthy tone.
Yep.
What's my stealth? 5.
Yeah, you're like, I'm totally hidden, and there's like a million different ways to see you.
I'm
All right,
rolling really
what
bad.
is Winny doing?
No, like all my little flowers stand out.
Yeah, your flowers blend in
am I
really
doing?
well, but the rest of you does not.
Preparing, I get. Can I try? Does this sound like a stampede? Does this sound like
It's-
a cool centaur?
It sounds like maybe anywhere from 6 to 10 horses coming towards you.
in like a cool way, or in like a
In
murder
a fast galloping way, not like
murder way.
like
Okay.
we're gonna go for a ride through the valley. Like this
Yeah,
is
all right.
galloping.
I'm just gonna try to stick close to
Like
this
in a we are
waterfall.
hunting or a we are warning
Well, you
everyone
can't
who
see
we
them
find
yet.
of
You
us.
can hear them.
Is there a really cool hidden cave behind the waterfall by any chance? So
You
I
know what?
can-
I'm gonna say that there's not a full cave, but there's like an erosion divot. So if you want to just
I'm gonna
duck yourself into the waterfall,
I'm gonna
you-
duck my tiny little 4 foot
You-
tall lady.
Yeah, you back in. The water's really cold, and you're kind of looking through this cascade of water. Okay, fair enough. And finally, Lark.
I think is the water like clear?
Yes,
But not anymore. It's covered in blood.
but there isn't much depth behind. Like she already took that hiding space, if that's what you were thinking.
No, I'm not thinking that. I'm gonna say
Lie face down the water.
I think I'm just gonna stand there.
The water coming down the mountain is very clear. The water coming out after you bathe in it is not clear. It is gross.
I'm not gonna hide.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be
Lie
there.
face
All right.
down.
You're sitting basically.
I'll like be like squeezing out the blood from my clothes.
I can very much imagine this.
Yeah.
the water hits Florian, gets covered in dirt, hits the Lark, gets covered in blood, keeps going. Someone like 100 feet downstream goes,
God's wrath has forsaken us. The rivers have turned to blood.
Our puddle is now fouled.
No.
As you guys are kind of taking these
Lark is
positions,
like whistling.
you see what makes this sound. Crest over the hill, coming towards you at full gallop, are 8 centaurs. They look very, very wounded, like bleeding, multiple wounds, battered. A couple of them have spears, but the others are unarmed and just like going as quickly as they can.
Did we take a short rest?
No, you were about to, and then this happened.
is this gonna be
And they're riding, and like you could tell that they see you guys there, and like the first 3 don't even care, and they just ride past you guys through your little camp.
What are you guys running from?
As you run that, as this stampede of centaurs, just galloping past you guys, the last one in the back, who's still pretty wounded himself, just yells and he goes, "Ogres!" And he continues on with the
Mr.
rest of his
Allen,
group.
I have a question.
Yes.
How fast are these characters moving per turn? These centaurs.
They're moving at full centaur speed, which is fast. Maybe not faster than you and your special stupid monk power.
I need to know, Mr. Allen.
Okay, they're moving fast.
Okay.
They're moving double speed, like all of their actions.
Or
Action
dash.
economy is in
Okay.
full gallop. They are not stopping, to be clear. The last one to respond to you just yelled the warning, "Ogres!" And they continue galloping past. And that is where we'll end this episode of D&D with High School Students.
We handled that one.
We'll find out what happens. Are there ogres, or is it worse than that? We'll find out what happens on the next episode.
Ogre
But
neck.
thank you, everybody, for tuning in, for liking, and of course, make sure that you subscribe. And we'll see you on the next episode of D&D with High School Students. Peace out. Bye.
Uh-oh.
hello, and welcome to Bill Allen World. I am Wizzy, the Wizard. I'm back once again to remind you to subscribe and click on the notifications button, and also watch videos that are over there. Tune in to the next episode of whatever show you were just watching, and watch other shows featuring Bill. He made me say that because he's a narcissist. Okay, bye.